Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. Let's get going in the ranked queue, and we in fact have 3 platinum tickets, so I need to get started on using them. We won 2 at the same time for the last game, both the win streak and completing the ticket. And I also got one in the casual queue, so like, there's a lot. Also, we're against Kolento again, the guy who ruined the win streak last time. This should be exciting. Clearly, like, there's green. There's a lot of green. I think Venges should beat Tia. I think you're going mono green here. Obviously, Gauss Fabricator is awful. Well, okay, so there's sort of like, I don't know, you could play Venges or you could play Zatron Gauss Fab. But I think that Venges just wins. I don't know, if you're absorbing 4 per turn, that's pretty cool. That like destroys 2 enemy Venge Cannons, right? In a way. Maybe Zatron does win, although probably not with... Well, Gauss Fab produces health. Can you get enough green and money and time to like play Zatron and Gauss Fab and then build Venges? I don't think so. I think you have to get Venges and like, okay, maybe Gauss Fab isn't so bad. You want to get like, just get out of here. You want to like, okay. You'll have enough green left over that it's no problem to build the Gauss Fab in terms of amount of green spent. You just need to have enough money. And I think that that's better than just rushing straight for nothing but Venges. Because, like, it's breach-proof economy, right? Wow. 3rd engineer. It could be right. But I'd rather get green, right? Like, this also threatens Tia, which is a thing he's gonna have to worry about, I think. Well, I mean, it doesn't threaten it right away, but it leaves me open to threaten Tia soon. Like, can you really do this? Is this allowed, Kolento? You have no tech, sir. What if I just press AC right now? Like, that's too early a Tia, but you're disrespecting me so much that it might be right. How are you gonna get any of this big green stuff? Third NG into drones, no tech. Come on, this can't be right, can it? Say I build AC, and he responds with, like, triple conduit. To say, alright, haha, your Tia's gonna suck because I'm going Venges. Maybe that's the idea. I can kill a lot of his drones, but not enough. He'll be able to... Well... Actually, I kill, like, a ton of his drones. And I'll have a little bit left myself. To, like, build a Nitrocybe or 2. Maybe... I don't know, I think he might actually be able to get away with that if I just go Tia too fast. What if I just do this? Or maybe even this, right? The Gauss Fab is not amazing, but I can get it early and I'll appreciate having all the green. Ugh. This feels kind of dumb. I think he's got... I don't know. This higher economy thing seems like better for getting to Gauss Fabricator and like Zatron. I feel like I ought to be able to punish it with Tia, but I'm just scared. I think actually he can respond. He can switch into like just a couple Venges and Tia's gonna be real bad then, right? So we build the Gauss Fab. Fine. I mean, we're committed to that. He can absorb for quite a while. But I have 12 drones. 3 plus 4 plus 5, that's 12, right? So... Actually, maybe I can do a bit more than that? Like, how do I get... Actually, I should probably just get started with this, right? No, he's... Yeah, this most of this damage is getting absorbed, I think, by either a wall or this splitter. It sort of makes it a little bit awkward for him to attack with the splitter, but I don't think he minds that much. I'm gonna try to get 5 Venges to go with my Gauss Fab. Maybe that's greedy, but I think he's gonna be... Like... He's either gonna build a lot of Venges himself, or he's gonna have a lot of defense with Zatron. Okay, so 4, we'll have 11, and then next turn... More than that? What if I do this? Can I actually get, like, 6 Venges? Is that madness? Like so? I should be able to have 18 green next turn. Although I should probably convert some of them now, right? Next turn I'll have 6. Yeah. I should be able... I can build 2 more drones. And a conduit. But not any Venges then, right? I feel like he wants to build Zatron next turn. And he can, in fact, do that if he holds the splitter back, even with this attack, right? So maybe I shouldn't build these. Just focus a little more on my economy to get maximum Venge, right? I would love to get a Zatron myself. Maybe I should do that first? Like, when is he gonna have enough attack to threaten the Zatron? I guess if he Venges up soon? Yeah, okay, here it comes. I could Zatron plus Force Field at the moment, but... I think I should just build some Venge Cannons here. This leaves me with exactly 6 drones and 6 green next turn. I think this looks about right. I'll be excited to see if he can make Zatron happen. And I don't know, it seems hard for him to defend, but not like impossible. I'm hoping that the Gauss Fabricator will see me through on this, like, I don't know. And the fact that I'm more reach-proof than he is. He's obviously going to switch to Venges. I don't think he can play Zatron. I don't think that's possible. And so it's a question of whether his access to blue is more important than my Gauss Fabricator. And my ability to be all Venged up before him. Is he gonna be able to kill the Fabricator in time for that to be a good idea? I'm not sure. Alright, well, my path is chosen here. It's a defense puzzle for my opponent now, more or less. I have 6 green. Of course, I'd rather have like a multiple of 4, but you know, at least it's even, so I'll get like on, off in terms of whether I can build 2. Ooh, interesting. Kill a Gauss cannon, huh? I think I don't know. I think he'd rather go after Venge Cannons, wouldn't he? I guess the idea is that as soon as I click a Venge Cannon, he can kill that one next turn. Okay, but if he puts a little damage onto a Venge Cannon, then it no longer costs me anything to click a different cannon, right? Although he has, what, 8 damage next turn? Yeah, so he can just kill this Venge Cannon. So I'm fine clicking the other. I have to say, I feel good about my position. Could be wrong, but I think I'm winning. Like, he has to spend all this on... Oh, he actually can't defend even? Well, that's real nice, isn't it? Get out of here, drones. I don't want you turning into Venge Cannons. Yeah, I'm miles ahead. Okay. Whew. Kolento broke the win streak last time, but we got him this time. I don't want to Salt Shaker emote him. I want to, but it's so rude. It's unnecessary. There we go. We'll give him a little heart. 9-game win streak. How exciting. Yeah, I guess the stats are like not particularly instructive. I think that Gauss Fab and Venge is actually like pretty good. I thought it would be bad because like Gauss Fab is a greedy kind of like high econ thing, and Venge is kind of an aggressive thing. But they kind of shore up each other's weaknesses in a way. Right, Gauss Fabricator is breach-proof economy. In like it, you can think of it as 6 drones and a conduit, right, with 10 health, and it's just really hard for your opponent to put together 10 health all at once. Interesting. I never thought about this, but that's exactly how much health 6 drones and a conduit has, is 10. But he has to commit to killing it all at once instead of like being able to snipe a drone or 2. And it just produces a Gauss Cannon every turn, right? So Venge Cannon has the problem that you end up with a bunch of green you can't really spend, and you have like usually a little bit of money lying around that like, do you really just want to spend that on a Gauss Cannon? Being able to get the Gauss Fabricator first gives you an outlet for the kind of excess green that you have early game while you still want to build up some drones. It's a good reason to get like a larger number of Venge Cannons, I think. If you have like a Gauss Fabricator in the middle to like... It's hard to spend all your money on just conduits and drones while like still being effective. Gauss Fabricator is like lets you spend that productively. I really would like to see whether this turn, like converting to a Tia plan is good. against this. Like, this third NG is just so greedy. I don't get it. Being able to build Venges and Gauss cannons first seems pretty important. You know, blue is nice, but I'd rather just be breach proof. So I'd like to analyze what might happen. So obviously we do this, and now it's my turn, right? Let's analyze this. And say I do this. I announce, Tia is coming for you next turn, sir. Like, what does he do? He builds a Blast Forge. I guess. Well, does he do this? Start venging me? I don't think so. I'm gonna be able to kill, like, a bunch of drones. I guess he can get 3 Venge Cannons up, though. That's one approach. Let's see how this goes. I think this is better than Tarsier because I won't be able to keep the Tarsier alive long with Venges. I just need to, like, finish him. So he does this. And immediately we're reaching him for 4. He has 6 drones left. That's enough to convert all his drones. This definitely makes his extra drones look bad, but maybe it's good enough because Venge Cannon versus Tia is, like, not so great for the Tia player, probably. Although, actually, I can build a Venge Cannon next turn. So we do something like this. Get another Engineer, sure. And now he converts to, like, just Venges. And says, fine, hit me with your stupid Tia, I don't even care. But I can... Yeah, Force Field Venge seems alright. 2 more Nitrocybes. I should actually not click this Nitro, I should keep it alive. He just kills it, right? Maybe that's good? Health matters more to me than to him, right? So... Sure. Well, what though is he killing this turn with his damage? Nothing important. So we do this. And, like, okay, he can damage the Tia, I guess? No, that doesn't do anything. Let's damage a Conduit then. But he wants to be able to get to the Venge Cannon soon, and the Tia will be in the way shortly. He's attacking, yeah. And now, like, what's the scoop here? Who is winning this? It's hard for me to tell, in fact. He has more green. I have a slight health lead. Because of the Tia? Huh. Well. That's no good. He can't click this or he loses. I see. And if he doesn't click, I think he also loses. Yeah. Okay, so this does win against him choosing to respond with conduits, but what if he goes like Blast Forge and says, fine, I will defend with walls? Now I'm building a Tarsier, of course. But I don't know, this doesn't seem so great for him either, but maybe just like, I think he holds it off, right? I guess I get a Venge Cannon eventually. Maybe that's enough of a problem for him. He probably can't build a Gauss Cannon yet, just more engineers. Yeah, and now he's held off the Tia. Is this enough to cause him trouble? Doesn't seem like it, honestly. He builds a Gauss Cannon. And more nitricides. Nothing better to do with my money. Another wall, Gauss Cannon, NG. Yeah, it seems like it's turning out okay for him. I guess there's this. But he is still sort of holding, right? Did he make a mistake last turn? No. Well, the Gauss Cannon maybe should have been NG's apparently. Maybe a drone. Two, just one extra NG was enough. Now we can get this. Sort of a Venge Cannon off turn. I don't know. It doesn't look that great for him. He only really managed to get 2 attack, but I'm only doing 4 damage per turn. He can build a wall. 2, 3, 4, 5 damage per turn, I guess. Actually, yeah. I'm occasionally clicking the Venge, though. I don't know. This is an interesting line that might work for him. He certainly can survive the Tia. Just a question of whether he's in a good enough position afterwards. And I'm not sure. I do think it's a lot closer than the real line in the game where I picked up a Gauss Fabricator and then got Venges. I think here he was just way behind. It was a little bit tricky to math out when to convert my drones, but managed to get it put together with 5 Venges. It was pretty good for him. For me. Pretty hard for him to deal with. Alright, well let's stop just celebrating that and go jump into another game, shall we? Is this game hard? The guy who responded said, yeah, basically it is really quite hard. And the person who asked is like, alright, well, see you later then. I guess I won't play. Look at what Kolento's been doing actual things while I was just watching our last game. It's 10 minutes in. It looks like he's just survived a Tia, sort of. I can't tell who's winning here, actually. The Sinestras are kind of an issue. All these single Sinestra. And, Skits isn't really attacking for anything. Does he have enough? He has enough freeze that he can actually kill the Sinestra, right? So I think that's game over. Yeah, I think Kolento loses this one as well. Yeah. Nothing you can do with no money, right? And the 3 cryo rays just freeze all the defenders and you lose the Sinestra. Well, I'm glad we didn't Tia him. It would have felt bad about the poor guy losing two Tia games in a row. Although, would he have lost? Unclear. I'm glad I got him with the Venges instead, though. That does seem better. Kolento, again. Greetings. Oh my god. Alright, Venge Cannon time, baby. No, I don't think so. With Infusion Grid and Defense Grid, I think you can beat Venges. I think that's just too much Absorb for Venge Cannons to really cope with. I don't... Can you get Savior? Like, the only attackers in the set are Venge Cannon, basically, right? Maybe you can. I mean, obviously, like, Militia's an attacker, Ice Blade's an attacker, but none of them are, like, super high-pressure units, and with Defense Grid and Infusion Grid, I think you might actually be able to pick up a Savior. Okay, green. So it remains to be seen whether he wants to go for Venges. I don't... You can't respond Savior to Venges. I'm pretty clear on that. But... if he picks up, like, more Conduits here... Yeah, okay, so fine. It looks like he wants Venges. And I should arrange my defenses accordingly. But I'm not really doing anything too, like, extreme in response to that. Like, just... Gauss Cannon. Is that really causing me trouble? If I really were afraid, I could cut 2 drones to build a second Blast Forge and get, like, Infusion Grid plus Wall next turn. And still pick up a Galvani. But I don't see this as so threatening. I think I can just keep droning, build a wall, and work my way up to a defense grid. Arguably, I'm giving him a little bit too much room by doing that. Like, Venge Cannon doesn't mind being left alone. It means you get more Venges. But here, he's not actually doing that, right? I would be more afraid if he were trying to work his way up to, like, 18 drones or something. But he seems to be content with a 4 Venge attack here. And he won't have it anytime soon. So I can get the defense grid whenever I want, and he's just, like, not gonna have enough attack. I think it should be the infusion grid, though. And I don't think I really, really want that much commitment to blue yet. I'm happy to just build, like, a militia and another grid or something. Start applying a little bit of pressure to make it harder for him to get more stuff. He wants 12 green. He can have that. He can build 3 conduits next turn, but not 4, so he can't actually convert everything next turn, even if he wants to. Sorry, even the turn after next. So I'm looking at something like wall or grid militia is 11 plus another blast forge is 16 and a Galvani next turn. I think that's okay. And then a defense grid will be well timed right after that. I don't remember. Did Kolento win the streamer tournament way back in 2014? He did pretty well. I remember Kriparian came second and Trump was like, I don't know, below second. I think Kolento probably... I think he won. So this is threatening what? 5 attack? I'll have to build a wall. It's a bit unpleasant. Instead of a grid. Well, maybe instead of the militia, maybe. But this should be comfortably defended. Is this even overdoing it, maybe? Losing wall. Next turn he can build at most 3 more attack, which would bring him to 8. That's NG grid onto grid, so that means I can definitely get the defense grid out, which I think is like really good. I'm not absorbing perfectly this turn. This infusion grid is acting like a wall, which kind of sucks. If I had built a wall instead of this first grid, I could have saved an engineer or two. 1, I think. And then I'd still be losing just the wall this turn. But I guess it still sort of evens out because I'll have a grid instead of NG wall at the end of this turn. Yeah. Oh, I forgot! He can click Venges. That adds a little bit more attack, doesn't it? Alright, well if I absolutely had to, I could have held back a drone, I guess. No. I don't want to give him that. Do I? I think just a drone is fine. Actually, it should be like engineer because I'm gonna want granularity pretty soon against like him having slightly more attack than my defense grid has defense. And I might as well build a Galvani with it, I think. It makes it a bit easier for him to exploit me if I'm not perfectly granular, so I should try to be perfectly granular. Okay, Venges, yeah. Okay, I think that the Gauss cannons are a stronger play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Our attack numbers, you know, my absorb is about as much as his attack. Well, I'm glad I built this NG, huh? And I need to start working on all his stuff here. Yeah, I mean, I'm I don't know. He is well ahead in attack, even if you subtract 6 from his attack number, right? Because I'm absorbing 6. I have access to much better defense, like I have more drones and I have better soak in Infusion Grid, but he has a lot more health for me to work through and a lot more attack. It's gonna be interesting. No, yeah, I'm still plenty granular. Even if he attacks 1 Galvani, it doesn't matter. Oh, in fact, this Galvani is not getting harvested. Whoops. I think I should go after the engineers, not the Galvanis. These drones are pretty precious to him He wants to convert them soon, and so like threatening to get through the engineers to the drones is important. And the Galvani's will be turned off soon enough anyway, I think. I'm not sure about this steel splitter. It should probably, in fact, be a grid. He is attacking for exactly 12, which actually exploits me already, huh? I can't keep 2 health worth of stuff alive here. I could build a wall, and I still couldn't do it. So I can hold a drone, and that basically promotes my drone into a wall. Or my drone plus NG into a wall. And I'm happy to do that, I think. But having done so, isn't it better to promote it into a grid? Yes, is the answer to that question. So he doesn't want to force field here, and he can't. Oh yeah, okay, Aegis. That's a good thing for him. I forgot about that. Well, should I kill the Galvani's then? I don't think so. But I did forget he has some pretty awesome soak himself. If I kill the Galvani's, he just like replaces them and says, haha, hooray, right? Like. So I think I need to keep applying like attack pressure. And this is just subtracting pressure. There's no real reason to do it. We're not actually perfectly granular here, but it doesn't matter because he has no flexible attack. We're getting to keep a grid alive. Do I need a second grid here? I think it's probably good. It could be a splitter instead, though. He's likely to have about this much attack again next turn, so I could build grid splitter next turn. Something like that. And if I have to build a couple walls, instead of a wall or two instead of grid, I think it's worth it. It's 1 less health for me, but I'm doing more damage to him by building the splitter sooner. And this, again, threatens to get to his engineers. If he has to keep building Aegises to keep his Galvani drones harvesting, like, that's fine with me. Alright, looks like he's not going to. So we're turning those off. We're maybe even getting to a drone. Oh, alright. We're just getting to a drone. We're not turning off his Galvanis. That's fine, too. So he has 3 drones left. He'll be converting them next turn, I'm sure. I'm out of blue. Ah, because I built a wall. Yes, sure. Looks alright to me. Is this too many engineers? I don't think so. Build more engineers, I guess, right? Like, yeah. I can kill one of these. 9 attack. Oh, good. We did it. 10-game win streak, including 2 against Kolento, who I was sad about him having defeated my broken the win streak before this one. So I don't know. I guess we were winning there. It felt good, but like the details were not so clear to me. You know, exactly when am I killing Venges? I'm not sure. But we're able to hold out. These 2 Steel Splitters seem pretty optimistic now that I think about it. Probably one of them is going to have to be turned into a grid or something. But 9 attack is a really important number to have right here. Because it says, even if you like don't click any more Venges, I can get through your 2 Engineers and kill a Venge. So I think that maybe I would just build Engineers next with my remaining $8, and that might be enough to let the splitter be good. Right, he has no prompt defense, so we can actually get to avenge here and start whittling down his attack numbers. I think we're okay here. But, you know, the grid is coming down. I think if I were Kolento, I would not have resigned in this position. There's some chance that you can turn this around. I mean, okay, he's out of decisions, right? He's not turning it around himself so much as just, like, trying to see if, like, he wins. But, like, I'm actually running out of splitters. I guess I can build militia. But, he has green, like, clicking on Venges is good. I might be under some pressure here. It seems a little premature to me. I think I'm in good shape, but I'm not, like... I haven't won. Anyway, so, like... My analysis of this set, I think, still holds, which is that there's 2 good blue defenders that encourage a high economy. Aegis also encourages high economy, and like if I had not been having to deal with Venges, I would have added some green eventually. And in fact, I would have gotten a Savior as well, and we would have had a pretty exciting Savior game. With like everybody getting 40 or 50 40 or 50 bucks per turn. You know, especially with the extra drones from defense grid are insane when they're being doubled by Savior. But I mean, the other strategy of like Venge Aegis is certainly like something that seems like you could play it. I don't know about this grid. Maybe a wall was better. I think, though, if you do want to go Venges against this... So, when you're going Venges, there's, like, a lot of different numbers of Venges that you can aim for, right? You can say, I want 4 Venges. You can, like, if you want to be super aggressive, you can aim for just 3 Venges. A 9 drone kind of thing. As, like, player 2... Something you could do is like just double drone and then, or you know, turn 1 drone conduit and then later drone conduit again, or drone, yeah, like, and then just build a bunch of conduits and like try to get to 9 green right away. That's something you might try if you like believe your opponent is going into red for some reason, like maybe a turn 1 Animus from player 1. I don't know. It's hard to imagine when you might want just 3 Venges, but you could. You could try for 4, which is what he did here. That is good against something that's putting on like a moderate amount of pressure and is not very defensive. Like, let's say maybe red, like Tarsier spam kind of thing. Tarsiers and walls, 4 Venges is probably about right against that. But if your opponent is telling you that they're going to leave you alone for a long time, which is what I'm doing by going like investing in triple NG blue, I'm saying you have all the time in the world, do whatever you want. I feel like going for just 12 drones with Gauss cannons doesn't feel right to me. I think you should be like responding with 3rd NG yourself and saying, fine, I'll build 6 or 7 Venge cannons. And like Gauss cannons as well to support that. it certainly was not without merit to do what he did. It put a lot more pressure on me, made it harder for me to get out the defense grid, harder for me to build attackers while once I had the grid up. I don't know. So he might be right. It just would not be my inclination against Big Blue to go to restrict myself to 12 drones. I would prefer to get many more drones. And Venge Cannon is perfectly happy to have a higher economy, I think. And like you'd have better access to Aegis on the way up, and like, I don't know. After that, there were not any like gigantic strategic turning points, I think. Recognizing that it was important to hold this drone back is good. Like, that's a nice thing about Venge Cannon, is you always know exactly how much they're attacking for. You know, this... Holding this drone instead of building a wall, like, gave me 2 extra health. Because instead of building a wall and then, like, absorbing... Like, okay, so let's look at what actually happened. On the next turn, I have 12 health of stuff I built on the previous turn after doing this, right? Now, let's say that I didn't do this. I did my earlier plan, actually, of... I was thinking of this, right? This is what I was doing at first. And this is really quite poor. Let's say I just end my turn there, right? And, I don't know, he does whatever. We're just sort of ignoring his turn. I have 14 health? Why is this more? It was 12 health before, wasn't it? What? No, it was 17. Okay. So, by holding the drone back, I left myself with 17 health at the beginning of this turn. If I'd clicked the drone and built a wall, I would have had just 14 health. So this drone had like 3 health when I held it, which is insane. Like, this drone was actually a wall, right? Turning the drone in the NG into an infusion grid is like turning the drone into a wall. Like a $1 wall, just by paying a little attention to granularity here is important to get value like that. Okay, so, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to, like, look too hard at all of the tactics here. It was just, like, try to get infusion grids when you can, steel splitters when you can, NGs with whatever's left, and, like, defense grid is a pretty strong unit. I don't know. I feel like there might be some Venge Cannon thing that punishes Big Blue, but Big Blue is certainly, like, pretty good here. Achievement unlocked. We got a thing. Here, give me the new thing, please. The gold one. All right. So how do I fix this? I have to get rid of this, and then click on this. It's very confusing because, like, if you accidentally click a badge, where it appears on your badge list, I have no idea. And, like, figuring out how to, like, it's ugh. Apparently you want to click the badge you're getting rid of. Because, like, let's say I said, oh, I want this one. It, like, goes on the right and the other badges are shifted to the left? When would I ever want this? It's so confusing. And, like, now I'm like, wait a minute, which one did I get rid of again? Oh, yeah, it was this, right? So I should, like, to fix things, I should do this. It's easier if you, like, say which badge you want to remove. But, like, wouldn't it be nice? Like, why does dragging the consoles, the mouse, scroll here? Like, I want to pick up this badge and drag it to here to say I'd like to replace this badge, rather than saying remove this, put this in. Alright, well, I'm happy with that badge. That's one I've coveted for a while. And let's celebrate, I guess, with opening this Omnipower core that we got for our win streak. What do we have? Not a very nice roll. You know, you always get something for Omnipower cores, but we could have done a lot better. Who is this? Saloon Girl Lucina Spinos. I don't love that one. It would be my only Lucina skin, but I just don't like it that much. I don't like the hand-painted things either. I guess I could take 5 infusions. Ugh. I don't know. We'll celebrate with the Lucina skin, I guess. Wow. I hate base plus 11. Okay. So we'll just put that bad boy on here. Fine. Equip it. We got it. Sure. It's a silly one. But I don't actually like any of the Lucina skins. This one's not bad, I guess. Alright, well, congratulations, guys. We're ranked 63. We're on a 10-win streak. The world is our oyster. Stay tuned and find out how we lose the win streak in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.